Experts say that when ground-based and air-based radar track the same object simultaneously, the object is real.
Watch carefully as the helicopter hovers near a mysterious ball of light in the middle of your screen. In the field below, a crop circle. This videotape of another Earth light above Avebury was taken from a hang glider by Dutch UFO researcher Foka Kuja. But scientists and ufologists may not be the only ones interested in these lights. It appears that the British military is also studying the phenomenon.
And what you can see on the film is a small white object pulsating, identical to Stephen Alexander's, very similar to the Dutch people's footage and others. And this helicopter went directly to the light, which we could see on the footage.
Some flashing thing on the ground. He's going on the light now. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Does that move?
It overshot it. The helicopter, you can see, backing up to get this back into full view as this white light is pulsating underneath it. And on film, this light just disappears.
If the lights are simply a natural phenomenon, why would the British military be involved?
And so, therefore, for me, that puts it into a slightly different slot. We're looking at what might be intelligence.
He's going on the light now.
UFOs is connected to the original Roswell incident. On March 5th, 1994, as Camilla saw his first UFOs, he immediately began videotaping.
We have a piece of film, and we captured an object that comes from upper screen right on TV, and it goes right up behind the jet, and it seems to tag it on the tail or bump it, and you can see the object taken off away from the jet.
So we went out and videotaped in the same place that he videotapes, and we got identical objects on our video. So we feel that he's not tricking us with, any video scam or anything.
They represent a true enigma, deserving of scientific scrutiny.
Now, in calculating this distance from where it comes in over the trees and by analyzing the edges and going up over the poles, it's about 900 yards. And in that period of time, it's moving well over 3,000 miles an hour.
Like these, government built and run. The Pentagon isn't talking.
When it comes,
But much of Escamilla's footage reveals silhouettes and velocities that are not only unidentified by eyewitnesses, but also unimaginable by current standards of technology.
I'd like to find out what they are, period. There's things out there like bumping their own jets. That's number one, but if they are not...
What the hell is that? What the hell is that? What the hell is that? What the hell is that?
it's not a helicopter, so I can't hear it. It's not a helicopter, so I can't hear it.
Meine Kamera, siehst du das allein mit gut? Meine Kamera, siehst du das allein mit gut? Ja.
Every amateur home video submitted to sightings asks the same questions. What are they? Where did they come from? And where are they going? The answers have yet to be found. Before the advent of home video technology, the government did try to find an answer. Project Blue Book ended in 1969, but the sightings have not. Thousands are reported each year, many to the sightings offices. Recently, several videos arrived from one area of northern Michigan.
I'm guessing it was 2 to 3 times the size of my barn here.
There's things out there that are unexplained. This is one of them.
And in the skies above Sacramento, California.
I called FAA in the morning. They didn't pick up anything on radar. And that was it as far as that conversation went.
Senio is a staff analyst with MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network. As the leading independent UFO organization, MUFON also receives many videotapes, including this one from Greifswald, Germany, that had the military very concerned.
There was a case of multiple lights in the sky, hundreds of witnesses, objects joining and leaving, a main group of objects. I think the sighting went on for well over an hour. Allegedly, this was shot at by Russian artillery, and witnesses saying that these things flew off at very high speed.
With the advent of home video technology, The number of documented UFO sightings has risen dramatically, but the percentage that can be explained has not risen.
It increases the acceptability, the acceptance of the fact that there is definitely something going on.
Extraterrestrial contact. And now, those same researchers claim that there is new and compelling evidence.
Each night, about 3.5 hours, it was glowing, it was hovering, it was moving, it made no sounds, no hum noise, and whatsoever.
Outer space.
It's just like a Mexican hat-shaped object, must be about 30 meters in diameter, with a round big hole on the bottom. If this is not a hoax...
Stardate 1995. Encounter with a UFO unknown to the United States government. Since the possibility cannot be ignored that UFOs reported may be hostile, it is imperative that sightings be reported rapidly, factually, and as completely as possible. This is not another prime directive from the fantasy world of Star Trek.
Being threatened by some unexplained phenomenon, including UFOs.
It's very valuable as required reading, but also tests its own disaster officials on its contents. Possibility of alien spacecraft. Other federal agencies have not been so circumspect. UFO protocols do not stop with
the more you fly in space, the more you see an incredible amount of things out there.
By pilot Kenneth Arnold, who saw several. It's a grassroots movement that's gaining momentum and credibility. With UFO sightings like this one occurring nearly every week, citizen groups are forming all over Mexico. They are learning how to recognize and document genuine UFOs.
Become long, and then all of a sudden they become long, and then...
All of a sudden, I thought I was looking at a cloud.
Among the experts participating in these field seminars is Demetrio Faria. A former safari leader, he's now after a different kind of big game.
Mi experiencia como...
Now, what I am trying to capture on camera, and on...
Faria has made a thorough study of conventional aircraft and their flight patterns, so he can distinguish them at a glance from true UFOs.
You need to see them to look for them. You need to see them to look for them and know what to look for.
As more amateur ufologists are trained in...
First record them on video.
The number of UFO videos shot in Mexico is overwhelming. But when Professor Quesada, his colleagues and students began looking at the UFO footage, a startling pattern was instantly visible. Computer enhancements of the supposed UFOs could not be matched to enhancements of any conventional aircraft. Professors approached the university with an unusual proposal. They wanted to conduct formal classes in the study of the Mexican UFO phenomenon. Surprisingly, permission was granted, and the classes filled quickly.
That there is something out there. A phenomenon in the heavens that were inexplicable. Lights, and lights that could not be categorized as a star or categorized as an airplane.
A purely technical exercise has become a topic for not only scientists, but also philosophers.
If it is the case that it really exists, we should be able to establish contact with them.
For the past 3 years, this is what hundreds of eyewitnesses have been watching and videotaping in the skies over England.